This secret saved my marriage. And it will work for your marriage. It will work for any close relationship that you keep having conflict that you cannot seem to resolve. Maybe you are not feeling heard. What happened in my marriage is I was not feeling like my husband was listening to me, like he was talking over me. He was not hearing what I was saying. While I was talking, he was thinking about what he was going to say next. Drop a heart in comments if you've ever experienced this. It's very frustrating. Or maybe you have done this. Maybe you're the one that's doing this to someone. And we can see this a lot also with parent and especially adult child relationship. And I really hope adult children and parents listen to this episode, because what's happening in the younger generations is they just cut people off when they don't feel heard, when they feel disregarded, when they feel disrespected in any way, whether you're intending to or not. They will just cut you off. They do it with their friends. They do it with their boyfriends. Now there's this whole estrangement epidemic where kids are cutting off their parents. And I can go so deep into this. I'm going to have some guest speakers on about this topic because it's new to me. This whole thing is new to me. My focus, however, is on teaching young adults how to resolve conflict that doesn't involve just cutting people off that you love, and teaching married people also, right? Instead of just divorcing. I mean, we were probably on the brink of divorce because of this. It was so frustrating. I was so frustrated in this case. I would just shut down. And that's what a lot of kids will do too. Also kids, young adults, maybe they'll just shut down because they're not feeling heard and they don't know how to handle conflict. They don't know what to do. So I'm going to give you 5 steps that you can take so that you can actually start resolving the conflicts that keep coming up over and over and over again. That's leading to frustration. It's leading to families being destroyed, marriages being destroyed because the other person isn't feeling heard. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Lisa Czak. I am the founder and owner of Worthy Woman Healing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. And thank you to all of our subscribers. I really appreciate you. So on today's episode, we are talking about what actually saved my marriage when I was feeling completely unheard, dismissed by my husband, like he was just bullying over me like a bulldozer when I was trying to express my feelings and my needs and what I was struggling with. Drop a heart in comments if maybe you're a wife that has felt this, or maybe you are an adult child that has felt this from your parents, or you're just someone that has a really close, maybe a friendship. Maybe you have a friend that has a tendency to do this. So I'm going to help you today. The key to this is consistency. You need to do this every single day. It shouldn't take more than 5 minutes also. If it takes more than 5 minutes, then you need to rein it in. And the key to this is only one person speaks at a time. While the other person is sharing, you don't say a word. You zip it. You zip it, lock it, and throw the key away and really listen to what that person is saying to you. And then you get a turn. So you each get a turn at doing this. And you do it every single day. And I am telling you that this saved my marriage. And I don't know, I think somebody developed this. I don't know if it's like a technique. My husband's counselor came home with all these papers and he said, hey, he says that we should try this. It was like a last ditch effort. It really was. And I was skeptical. I had a bad attitude about it. I was like, I was. And so you might be feeling the same way. You might be rolling your eyes and got your arms crossed and this isn't going to work. And maybe you're trying to think, how am I going to present this to my husband? How am I going to present this to my child? How am I going to present this to my friend? Whoever it is in your life that you feel like you need some conflict resolution skills with and improve communication. And really it's listening skills that we're talking about. That's really what it is. Most people want to feel heard. And think about how many times you're in a conversation with someone and you're not really listening to them. Instead, you're thinking about what you're going to say next. Drop a heart in comments if you feel me on that. So it's these 5 things that you're going to cover, and that's only going to take, you're going to spend like a minute on each thing at the most. Write these down. Go get a pen and paper and write this down. This is so important. I'm telling you, it will save your marriage. It will save your relationships that really mean something to you, that you actually care about, and you don't want to cut off. You don't want to just, like I said, kids nowadays, they don't understand how to resolve conflicts. The way they do it is by simply cutting people off. They do the silent treatment. They go no contact. No contact was meant for people who are in a relationship with a narcissistic person. That's what no contact is really meant for. It's not meant for resolving conflicts. It's not no contact is not, it's not of God, number 1. And number 2, it is not a conflict resolution technique, going no contact. The silent treatment, ghosting, blocking. Drop a heart in comments if you've ever experienced this. This is so painful and so damaging to relationships. It can permanently damage relationships because the person on the receiving end of the going no contact, the person on the receiving end of being ghosted, being blocked, given the silent treatment, it activates the same pain receptors in their brain as physical pain. It hurts. It hurts like hell. Drop a heart in comments if you understand the pain and the hurt that comes along with ghosting, blocking, going no contact. It hurts. So this is a different way to handle things. So you have your pen and paper, you have your tablet out, whatever it is you write on. The very first thing you're going to share with this person is I feel. And you use I statements. It's not, you make me feel anxious. Nobody can make you feel anxious. It's time to put on our big girl panties and big boy panties and own our feelings. Okay, so you're being very specific. I feel hurt when you block me. Something like that. You see, so you're using an I statement and you're naming, you're being very specific about the behavior that the person is doing. Instead of saying, you always block me and I hate you for it. Well, that's not going to get anywhere. That's not conflict resolution skills. So I feel, not you make me feel, and not even, I'm worried that you're going to do this. No, you are taking ownership. You're not blaming the other person. You're taking ownership of your feelings and the specific behavior, how that specific behavior causes you to feel. You are only as sick as your secrets. It is time to stop suffering in silence and join other women who are also on a healing journey, who are being raw, real, vulnerable, and honest with what they are going through in their life, what they have been through in their life. And wherever 2 or more are gathered, we know God is with us. It says it right there in the Bible. So there is power to group healing. Miracles happen in there. You have one woman sharing, opening up her heart. Suddenly everyone else in the group is saying, yeah, I've experienced that. I'm not the only one. There's such power in knowing that you are not alone in your suffering. You are not alone in your healing. And we meet twice a month. And in between those times, a lot happens, right? And it's important that you have time in between the sessions to practice the healing technique that I teach you, so you can come back into the group and celebrate with the other women. Hey, I actually remembered to do the healing technique in that moment. That trigger didn't derail me anymore. But it's practice. I'm also a personal trainer, right? You don't just get a 6-pack abs by doing one sit-up. You have to keep doing it over and over again. You don't run a marathon. You don't go out and run 13.1 miles for a half marathon the first time, right? You practice running a little bit every day. And that is what we do in Worthy Woman Healing Group. Join today and tell yourself, I'm going to give this a 3-month commitment minimum, because I know I need time to practice outside of these sessions, and come in and get guidance from the other women on how to actually heal all of these wounds, heal my mind, body, and soul, one trigger at a time. You are worth it. And remember, if you're the person listening, you zip it. You don't say a word. You just sit there, and no eye rolling, no attitude, none of this. No, you're going to be respectful, and you're just going to simply have a neutral face. You can smile if you want, and you're just listening with maybe some little head nods, but no vocalizations, or this is going to backfire on you. The second thing that you're going to share is, you are and I appreciate. You are very thoughtful, and I appreciate when you make me breakfast in the morning. And even if you are in a really ugly place in a relationship with this person right now, even if they have hurt you to your core and you're still bleeding from the wounds that they inflicted on you, you are going to do this. This is very biblical. This is very Jesus-like, to find something. Because I guarantee you, no matter what that person's done to you, Jesus still loves them, and God still loves them. And you have Jesus in common. Jesus is your best friend and their best friend, which is pretty cool when you think about it. He's rooting for both of you. So that's the second thing. You are something nice, not you're an asshole, and I appreciate you, leaving. That's not what you're saying here. So you are and I feel. No, you are and I appreciate. That's the second thing. Okay, the third thing that you're going to share is ownership. I'm taking ownership. So this is really important. Don't skip this step. You're going to be tempted to skip this step because it's not always fun taking ownership. So maybe it's, I'm taking ownership of hurting you by blocking you and ghosting you. That you might have to choke it out to say it. You might have to, whatever it is. I'm taking ownership, or I'm taking ownership of honoring God in all I do. Could be something like that. It doesn't have to be directed at that person, but something that you need to take ownership of. And maybe it's an apology. I take ownership that my actions hurt you, and I'm very sorry for that. Again, you might have to choke those words out. It's important. Okay, the fourth thing you are going to share is, I am struggling with. So it could be, I'm struggling with my faith. I'm struggling because I feel lukewarm in my faith. Or it could be directed to that person. I'm struggling with how you keep blocking me and unblocking me on social media. See how it's very specific. I'm struggling with feeling abandoned. So it's something along those lines. I'm struggling with. And then the last thing that you are going to share is, I need. So it could be something you need from that person. I need you to not ghost me anymore. I need you to share your feelings with me. Or it could be, I need to take a break. I need some space for, give a timeline. Like, I need space for 48 hours, and then we can come back and do this again, or we can come back and talk about this. The problem with ghosting and blocking and the silent treatment and the I'm going no contact movement is that it's indefinite. It's like, what? Okay, this is not how we handle conflict. You're not going to grow. I'm not going to grow. No one's evolving. No one's growing. Again, it's different if you're dealing with a diagnosed narcissist, if you're dealing with somebody who is actively abusing you. This is not what I'm talking about. This is not what I'm talking about. So that's the last thing, is the I need. So I would love to hear from you, how you're feeling about, do you get any emotions that come up when you think about doing this with someone? Are you like me, maybe you have a bad attitude about it? You're already rolling your eyes. I'm telling you guys, this saved my marriage. It saved it. God plopped this down in our lap, and we still do this. To this day, we still check in with each other. We don't really need to do it anymore because we have learned to be good listeners. And if one of us isn't being a good listener, if my husband is kind of talking over me, I say, hey, stop. You're talking over me. I need you to not do that. And so, but we still do it because it just keeps us on the same page. That's it. And remember, you are worth it.